Welcome back. It's time for our story of the day, and they never get any less insane. FBI catches man spending $140,000 on Pokemon cards and video games with company credit card. Again, I don't know how I still find myself actually shocked at the things people do, but I refuse to accept any of these things as normal. Like, there is actually a story of this caliber every single day. So stupid people just must be more common than I think them to be. But again, we'll keep reading because maybe this guy had a reason that we're just not aware of and makes this all better. An Iowa man will spend time behind bars after defrauding his employer for over $140,000 by using company credit cards on Pokemon cards and video games. 34-year-old Mitch William Gross of Erling, Iowa, was sentenced on August 15th to 4 months in federal prison, according to a Department of Justice release. He was also ordered to pay back $146,590.15 in restitution and will serve 3 years of supervised release once his sentence ends. So, at a staggering 34 years of age, this man Mitch Gross was a full-grown man for one, and for two, he must have had at least a semi-decent job considering he was entrusted with a company card that had access to over 6 digits on it. So hopefully as we keep reading, we'll discover some sort of motive behind this. Maybe this whole thing was a big misunderstanding because I don't see why anybody in their right mind would risk a 3-4 year sentence just to spend 6 figures of their boss's money on Pokemon TCG. But let's see what he has to say. Prosecutors said Gross defrauded his employer, Ruan Transportation Corporation, by misusing company credit cards between September 2021 and October 2022. Okay, so this was some years ago. Imagine you're the prosecutor, right, and you're in the interview with this guy. Honestly, the first question that I would have to ask him is, look, Mitch, we know what you did, but I don't even want to know why you did it initially. I'm actually way more curious as to what he managed to spend over $140,000 on. Because honestly, that's a pretty impressive feat. Like, what could this guy possibly have been buying? Unless he was just buying straight first edition Charizards, PSA 9. I'm completely unsure what this guy actually found $140,000 to spend on things purely Pokemon related. Gross bought prepaid gift cards, Pokemon trading cards, and gaming items, then disguised the purchases as legitimate business expenses. Ruan, a leader in the transportation and logistics industry, has no ties to Pokemon or gaming. Court records show he submitted falsified receipts and deliberately mischaracterized fraudulent charges in order to conceal the scheme. So again, my confusion's more so coming from the fact that this guy Mitch seems like he A, had a good job, and B, at least had somewhat of a decent head on his shoulders, considering he was able to falsify these receipts and deliberately mischaracterize fraudulent charges. Like, he clearly was fully aware of what he was doing, and the fact that the company he worked for entrusted him with so much money means he must have had some sort of high position in this company. So where was the lapse in judgment that caused him to go, oh, you know what? Funds are looking a little bit low this week. Maybe I'll just put him on the company credit card. And look, honestly, by the fact that he was falsifying these receipts and records, maybe he would have gotten away with, I don't know, $1, $2, maybe even $5,000, $10,000 if this company is really rolling in it. But once you start racking up 6 figures worth of debts that just seemingly can't be explained, then you're bound to have an issue. So I don't see how one gets themselves in this situation. But yeah. The rest of the article goes on to say that federal officials noted that there's no parole in the federal system, so he has to serve every minute and second of those 4 months in prison. And again, this story just baffles me. I actually cannot picture in my head the mental progression that must go on within somebody to come to the decision to defraud their boss of hundreds of thousands of dollars for Pokemon cards, land themselves in prison, and the whole time think they weren't gonna get caught. This isn't the first case of Pokemon cards landing someone in prison, bro. This has happened more than once. Earlier this year, Singapore-based executive was jailed after tricking a CEO into giving him $500,000, which he later spent on Pokemon cards, iPads, vacations, and other personal... Okay, guys, yeah. Let's end this story here because I've had enough of the internet today. If you enjoy videos like this, I hope to see you in the next one. Hit like and subscribe, and yeah, I'm out of here, guys. Peace.